Hi, everybody. I believe we are live. Hey, everybody. Thanks, everybody, for joining us. And as you can see, we have the fabulous Sidley twins. We have Resting Dollface, Royal Daily Tea, Steph the Alternate, and Revealing the Narc.
Hi, everybody.
Hey, guys.
Everybody.
Hi, everyone.
Hey up, everyone.
As I've told you guys before, the topic can go anywhere. But the one thing that I really want to talk about today is the article that came out talking about Harry's 3 big demands. Okay, first of all, let's go back. I don't believe that this meeting is actually going to happen. The fact that it's been leaked by Harry's team makes me think that they're almost trying to push the king into, his schedule is set out weeks in advance. And of course, Harry could go anytime under the radar and visit his, visit his father at any time. So tell me, do you guys believe that this meeting is going to happen? And somebody has the live running in the background and it's echoing. So whoever you are, shut it off. Do you guys think it's going to happen?
Not a. Oh, you might have.
Not
Anybody?
a chance. Not a chance.
No.
I'd actually go one step further and say that Prince Harry is actually attempting to ambush King Charles and that this is all a trap.
Ooh.
It's all a trap.
Ooh.
I'm with Steph on that. Yeah.
You think so? What do you think?
I do. I mean, he's in Balmoral. He's in
Right.
Balmoral.
He's on vacation.
He's not gonna hop on a plane just because Harry's there. I think it's all a setup. They're making a huge deal in the papers saying he's going there. He's only going there for Wealthchild, but they had to make a dig and say he's going there for the anniversary of the Queen's death. No, he's not. He's not going there for that. And we're gonna get a shot of him coming out of St. George's Chapel again. I don't know why they even allow him on the property. That bothers me. But I mean,
you guys do remember last time they put up that picture and said that a pap had caught it, but the problem was it had been taken before the area was open to the public.
Yeah.
So it was a setup.
Yeah, exactly. So. I think he's going because he wants the world to think that he tried his hardest, and they shut him out again. I think he's playing victim again. That's why I think he's going. But why would they plant? I gotta ask, like, from like a narcissist point of view, revealing, or whoever who's good at the narcissist stuff, why would they plant that one of his demands was for them to refer to Meghan with her HRH?
Because it's about her. That's all this is about. Like, why? I mean, at the end of the day, whether it's Occam's razor or anything like that, if you look at it and go, who has the most to gain from this being released? I mean, somebody said it a while ago that the leaks only started happening the moment she was dating Prince Harry. So who benefited from it? Oh, it was for a chance for her to renegotiate her stuff from Suits and get that cover and to really make it. So I think Neil Sean said the same thing. He goes, all these things about the pics of the kids coming out and stuff like that. She's looking to possibly renegotiate that Christmas special with Netflix. Everything's with a reason. This isn't about reconciliation. This is about recognition as an HRH. That's what this is about.
Well, for those of you, because I remember the Sidleys, we were talking before we went live, and they told us that they hadn't seen them or they hadn't covered them yet. So let's talk about let's talk about the 3 demands. Demand number 1, which I found kind of odd because he has full security when he goes. He just needs a 28-day notice before he goes. But demand number 1 was full security for him, Meghan, and the kids, with the king paying for it.
Ooh.
That's what it said. The king has to pay for it. Thoughts?
What?
He's running out of money.
I mean,
He's running out of money. He can't pay for private security himself. And even if he did, the private security over here wouldn't allow them to carry any weapons or even like pepper spray, which was why he did that fight up until the end, right? And he got shot down at the appeal.
Mm-hmm.
For him to turn around and now demand that the king pays for it. Yeah. Dude is now running out of money. And instead of trying to say, look, I want the taxpayer to pay it, he failed in that. So now he's going down the route of he wants the king to pay for it.
Oh, resting, Dollface revealing. What do you guys think?
I just want to say that if this is coming out of Harry's camp, he thinks this is reasonable. That's why he's asking. And he's waiting to get denied and say, look, I was being reasonable. I didn't ask for that much, but he is completely unreasonable. And I mean, it's a sign of where his mental state is.
And what do you
But
think?
you assume revealing. Sorry, just to interject for a moment, if you don't mind, Sue.
Yeah.
You assume revealing that these demands are coming from Harry. I don't think they are. I don't think Harry has two brain cells to rub freaking together to come up with these demands. Are you kidding me? Dude is smoking that much pot. You think he came up with these demands? Oh, no. This has Megsy all over it. And like Resting Dollface said, all these demands are about Megsy. She always moans, oh, my security. Like just recently, she turned around in that interview and complained about the negative press, saying, oh, well, I only get the negative press because people have got to eat this, that, and the other. Yeah, all right.
That's true.
And then the final one is literally about her, that she's referred as HRH. Well, hang on a minute. How about Prince Harry? Because he isn't referred as HRH, but that third demand leaves him out and focuses completely on Megsy.
Exactly. That's true. But we're still talking about demand number one.
True.
That's so weird.
Resting Dollface, what did you think about demand number one?
Why are they putting this in writing when I thought that was part of the offer to begin with, that so long as they gave 28-day notice, the king would pay for it, so the tax? Why are they reiterating it like it's their demands? I mean,
Exactly.
it's the verbiage. Everything's down to the language here. And first of all, who are you to demand? You're number 383, 343 on Netflix. Who are you to demand? Nobody's coming out to.
Yes.
Wow. Burn, sick burn.
I know she's good at the burn.
She's good.
She's good. Okay, so demand number two was Buckingham Palace had to manage the PR and the press to take care of the narrative. Well, and all I could think of was, so basically you're still going on claiming that the British press is being mean to you, but they respect the palace. So you want the palace to handle the media. What do you guys think of that? Because I don't remember the palace controlling media at all.
You know what? It's not even, you know what? Because they've lost the narrative that it's the UK press that doesn't like them. They can't stand the fact that Americans have turned on him. Sure, the UK press could go silent for the entire time he's there. We're still going to report on it. She only sells her products in America. We are the people that buy her crap. She doesn't care what the UK press says about her. So I don't understand this demand unless it's trying to get to the Americans that still don't know the story, and they're like, look at how they're not treated. They're not even going to protect him against the mean British press. But that narrative is so out the window because I don't even read the British press. I hope Harry keeps using this narrative because it's going to be like the boy who cried wolf after a while, where no one's going to believe or care about anything he does or complains about. Keep saying it, Harry. Yeah,
I think we're there already. I don't think we're already there.
Yeah.
What do you guys think about?
Can I say something really quick?
Yes, absolutely.
So this is like going to a party and telling the host, look, I'm not going to come if a single person says something bad about me. So you need to control everybody else and make sure nothing bad is said, or else I'm not coming.
That's exactly it.
Do you know what? It goes further than this, right? Think about it this way, right? You go onto their website. What does it say? The office of Harry and Meghan. I thought Harry and Meghan already had a press office, communications secretary. Megsy, from what we know, is still somehow signed to WME, her own agency. Don't they have their own people that kind of deal with the media and spokespeople, this, that, and the other? So why this second demand all of a sudden? Again, I think it comes down to they're running out of money, so they can't pay all these people anymore. And the people that they can pay for, they're buggering off because Megsy's allegedly bullying them out kind of situation. So,
and staff is expensive.
Yes.
I mean, having an in-house staff, that's expensive.
You
And
know,
they
I
even
hate to tell you guys this. I figured this up one time, not that long ago on one of my channels. And I said, okay, let's just assume $1 million for the bench, 3 or 4 million from better up. So now you're up to 5 million, 20 million for the spare. Now you're at 25 million. And let's just assume 40 million from, wait. You're at 25 million. Then you've got like 2 million from Spotify. Now you're at 27 million and then 40 million from Netflix. So now you're at 67 million. You're also at a 43% tax rate for the United States, not including the fact that he still has to pay taxes in the UK because he's still a UK citizen.
Yeah.
So they probably only got to keep about, I think I figured it up once, it was like $30 million. And you think, wow, $30 million. Well, $30 million over 5 years is like at $5 million a year, $3 million a year for security.
Mhm.
They need like $2 million a year for the staff, the house, the power, the water, the lawn person, the pool person, the
HOA fees. It's the HOA fees. It's
I mean,
insane. The moat. Yeah.
But the point is, they're living a billionaire lifestyle without the income.
There's no income coming in once a month, and they are young, so to speak, as Americans, and they also have to pay for private school. When you don't have an income like that, I know $30 million is a lot of money, but when you start from zero and all you have is that's not going to last you more than 5-10 years. It really isn't. Not in Montecito.
And somebody just wrote that the comments are going really quickly. Here we go. They're using Archwell money. Well, we do know that there was like 4 million missing, and they said, it'll be on the next tax return. And then when the next tax return came out, it wasn't there. So there is money missing. Also, and this is another thing that's true, they're not getting US aid anymore either. Yeah. That's been cut off also.
Yeah.
So they're definitely in the soup money wise. So Royal Daily Tea, what do you think?
Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Yeah. Sorry guys, I'm switching from my cell phone to my computer. Yeah, okay. I agree with what you guys are saying, that the demands are ridiculous. I think they're definitely leaking it. I think they're trying to make it look like, I think they're trying to save face, because Harry and Meghan desperately want to and need to come back to the royal family. So they're trying to make it look like, okay, we're only going to come back if you guys meet our demands. Recognize Meghan as an HRH, apologize. We're going to have security, because he can't just show up after they made such a stink about the security, and he can't look like he's desperate to come back to the royal fold. So they're trying to make it look like they're the ones in charge. But again, I think y'all are correct. The palace is going to ignore him, because why would you roll out the red carpet to someone who has stabbed you in the back for 5 years and then has the audacity to say, we're only going to come back, but you still have to meet our demands? They're like, well, we don't want you back. So it's good. We're good.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think it's interesting. I think the whole dynamic is interesting, because an article came out. We're about to get to the third demand, but an article just came out. It'll be in my video tomorrow, not to give it all away. Yeah. And the article said that Harry never really wanted to give up royal life altogether. He is willing to do it part-time. And while Queen Elizabeth said no, the king is a different person and could give him the half and half out life that he wanted. And my response to that is, if he does, the monarchy's finished.
I'm going to interject here. Again, listen to the language and the phrase. And this, to me, if this is really not somebody trying to stir stuff up, this is straight from Harry and Meghan. Look at how the grandiosity of it all. We make these demands. Oh, the monarchy. We've heard for years, the monarchy is nothing. They need Harry and Meghan. No, they don't. But she's also trying to do that thing, in my opinion, revealing. I know you and I definitely spoke about this before, kind of like with the whole, Harry and Meghan are dating, when that exploded at the end of October 2017. Like a week later, she had Harry come out with this letter going, wasn't just, rumored anymore. It was, that's my girlfriend. You're being racist, back off. To me, this demand, the second one alone, is, hey, we need the royal family to take over the press for us, because she needs that elevation. The royal family is the mint in her cap, okay, to elevate her out of the failed influencer that she is.
Mint in her tea.
There you go. Yeah.
Didn't Brittany say it tastes like toothpaste? Brittany
Yes,
said,
and
royal
you know what? And if you guys haven't seen it, Royal Daily Tea, you know, they were going to refund her or do whatever. They sent her a jar of one of the spreads, and she did a review on it. You guys have got to see that video because,
Yeah, I did the apricot review. So they actually sent me the free apricot spread, which shocked the hell out of me.
She said it tasted
And,
like baby food.
Tasted like baby food. Yes.
Oh,
And I got it all down my shirt, which was really fun because it was so runny.
Is this a new video? I haven't seen
Yes,
it.
It came out
new.
today.
Oh,
Yeah,
I'll
this
watch
morning.
it. I'll
Yeah.
watch it today.
She
I'll watch
said-
it tonight.
She said it tasted like baby food. It dribbled down my
Oh,
shirt.
I
like
can't
baby
wait for
food.
this. I
She said
can't
it was
wait.
like a watery mess, and I'm like, oh.
Did you have to wear a bib?
No, so what happened was I had just filmed with HD Tutor on Sunday, and I had my groceries, and I go to my porch, and I see this box, and it looks like a mug. I'm thinking, oh, I ordered some merch, and then it said "as ever," and I was like, you got to be shitting me. This isn't what I think it is. And so when I went there, I was like, okay, maybe she sent me the orange marmalade, but no, it was apricot. And my question is, it's not on her website. So when she relaunched her new products, you would have thought, okay, I'm going to restock apricot because it's sold out. I'm going to restock the raspberry spread. No, just the orange marmalade. So she sent me a jar, and y'all, it is so tiny. It's like 7.6 ounces. There's no logo on the label. And it was apricot spread. And I'm like, that's weird. Was this sitting on a shelf for 2 months and she just shipped it to me? Like other people got it too. So
You got the
wouldn't it be
reject.
on the website, you know?
Like they know who you are. They've linked who you are. They're tracking you. You got the reject pile.
Oh my
I
God.
got there. I mean, it was
They
warm.
bugged your
I'm like,
house. Throw the jar away.
oh, well, I did a taste test. It's in the fridge, but honestly, you guys, it's not good. That's probably why they didn't restock it. I was like,
He
this
said
is
it was.
disgusting.
She calls me up. She goes, "I'm trying to taste test it, and it was so thin, all over my new shirt."
Yeah, all over me.
So Michelle, you're saying the lids did not have the logo.
Correct.
And we also know for a fact, because people are starting to get their orange marmalade, the lids do not have the logo. So she
Gotta
is,
cut money somewhere.
that is she is no longer alleging, she is cutting costs, and this is not a good sign. So
Yeah.
you know,
I
this
feel
is
like
bad.
that was sticking on a shelf somewhere because it's like, why wouldn't you restock your website then? You know,
because
what I
it's
mean?
just it's when you go through like distributors like Snow Commerce, they just have a million of those lids just sitting around in a warehouse.
No, I'm saying about the apricot spread. Why
Oh,
didn't she just put it on her website? You know what I mean? She just gave it to the people who didn't get it. Again, is this off season? And I'm sitting here going, this is weird. So you have to watch a little comic relief. I make funny
You guys
faces.
definitely need to watch that video.
can't
because
wait.
It's really good. Okay, now let's get to demand number 3. We know that when Harry and Meghan left the royal family, Meghan and Harry were told they could not use their HRH. There's a spirit to the agreement. Don't use the HRH. And of course, we found out later on that Meghan continued to use the HRH in her private correspondence. And when she was clawed out, her rep came out and said what? She only uses it privately. She doesn't use it for commercial gain. She broke the spirit of the agreement. We all know what's going on. But demand number 3 was that Meghan be treated like an HRH with the customary curtsies and bows that everybody gets. And I wondered what you guys thought of that one.
Piss off, you alleged narcissistic nutbag from.
I second that. Me too.
Yeah, there you go. Right. It just this is the thing. When you look at all these demands in its entirety, I think back to that disastrous BBC interview that Prince Hazard did back in April time when he lost his case with the security, right?
That was pretty bad.
Yeah. And he turns around and he says, paraphrasing, "Don't know how long my father's got left. I really want to reconcile with him. I really want to see him again." The moment he allegedly has a chance to see his father, and he allegedly lists these 3 demands. Okay, how much does he really want this reconciliation? How much does he want to see, and let's be frank here, his dying father? How much does he really care about how long his father's got left when he's making these ridiculous demands in the first place? If anything, if he was so cut up about not being able to see his dad, didn't know how long he had left and really wanted a reconciliation, then he would have jumped at the chance of at least meeting him once without any demands whatsoever to get the foot in the door and then start from there. Not before you even get the foot in the door, oh, well, if you want to see me, you then have to meet these demands.
Well,
The other thing it could be is that, like you said, Steph, these could be coming straight from Meghan's mouth, and she knows it's going to be denied. So she's able to isolate Harry. It's done on purpose, maybe, to make sure that a reconciliation doesn't happen.
Well, here's my question. Who has to bow and who has to curtsy? Who would have to bow and curtsy to her? Because from what I understand, the only people that would have to bow and curtsy to her is like Zara and Mike Tyndall.
I know it. I know how it goes.
Okay, tell me how it goes.
Only if Harry is with her, then Beatrice, Eugenie, and all of Princess Anne's kids would have to curtsy to her, but only when Harry is present. If Harry is not present, then none of them have to.
Mm-hmm.
Well, of course, she'll never be without Harry.
Well, no, I'm just saying that's how it works. So,
but I mean,
but she doesn't care about the family curtsying to her. That's not it. She wants a shot of her going back to the UK and her going somewhere like Invictus or whatever, and having having the workers curtsy to her. Mm-hmm. That's the shot she wants. She misses that because everyone curtsied to her.
She already told the people on Invictus to call her ma'am.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. That's what she wants. She doesn't think the family's going to do it. She wants the people of the UK to bow and curtsy to her.
How many of you actually think that a member of the royal family is going to show up? I mean, if I was going to say, if you're going to send somebody, send Andrew. He's an actual war hero. He really is. He may be a jerk. He may have all kinds of problems, but he flew in the Falkland Wars and he's a verified war hero. So if they're going to have to send somebody to represent the family to Invictus, I say send Andrew.
Well, that Invictus Games in 2027 in Birmingham is not going to happen.
Do you think it's not going to happen? Why?
Not a chance.
Why?
I've been reading reports that Invictus Games actually is going bankrupt, that they're not getting enough money. Plus, as well, the political and societal state of the UK at the moment. If something does not change drastically with what we are going through at the moment in this country, there is no cat in hell's chance that Invictus Games is going ahead.
I love the way she talks.
His friend JJ Chalmers, who
just stepped down,
after 2 years. He's a Royal Marine, and you mean to tell me he doesn't want to be there for Birmingham? He doesn't want to represent his country? What a coincidence! So I think Steph is so right.
Have you guys noticed that whenever these people step back, they give the excuse of, I'm really busy, I have children, I have a life. And I'm thinking, can't you come up with a better excuse than that? You had children and a wife and a life before you joined.
Do you guys remember, I think it was like 3-4 months ago, and Meghan was going to get this award in LA. Yeah. And then they canceled the award show because of the riots, for the ICE riots downtown ICE. I mean, Steph might be onto this, where it's like Harry's just going to cancel it and then blame, the world's problems, political climate. Because she did the same thing with that award.
But he's going to go one step further, love. He's going to turn around and say, oh, well, no, the Invictus Games aren't going to go ahead, and all these veterans, right?
Yeah.
The British government and my royal family have let down because they weren't going to give me the security I needed, because the UK is a dangerous place at the moment with all the protests, blah, 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 blah. Mark my words, that's exactly his game plan that's going to happen. I'm telling you, Birmingham's not happening. It's not happening. Birmingham as a city is freaking broke. The majority of our cities in the UK are broke. That's why they increased council tax up to like freaking 10% in a year.
I did hear that like the trash collectors weren't picking up trash, and they closed the library, and the services for the area were non-existent because they were having financial issues. And I am aware, and I don't want to take this political, but I am aware from a discussion earlier with Steph that apparently in England, if you fly the English flag, they call you a racist and show up your doorstep. And
Yes. No, seriously. Yeah. I've on my but on my second channel, Political Nerds, I actually released a video. It's not monetized because just trigger alert, I swear a bit, but this is my anger coming out in that video. People that literally on mainstream media right now, they're talking about our English flag and saying, oh, it's so racist and it's so offensive, and oh my goodness, it hurts my eyes to see the English flag in England, mind you, right? They can fly the Palestinian flag, they can fly the LGBTQ flag, they can fly the Pakistani flag, and all the other flags, right? Absolutely fine. But our own flag, apparently there's a problem with that. So
That's
yeah,
sad.
people are literally getting arrested. There was one person who's actually a counsellor in the political system, right?
Yeah.
She went to, I think it was a town hall, put the flag up, she got arrested.
That's ridiculous. That is
And that's a counsellor,
That's
right?
a civil war coming, I'm telling you.
Tell me about it. Seriously, if anyone is watching right now, and my mates here, right, my ladies, if you are thinking of coming over to UK, don't.
Oh dear.
For the love of everything freaking holy and unholy, don't.
And can I just say, my husband and I loved the UK, and he always said he'd love to go back, and I'd love to go back. And you know what I said to him? I don't think we can right now. It's dangerous.
It's changing a lot, and I think it's really sad. And I am a fan of King Charles, but I do have to say he's playing on some very dangerous ground on what he's doing. And I understand that you want to be inclusive and you want to speak to your people, and it is a very diverse group of people in the UK. But at the same time, you are the leader of the faith. You are the head of the King of England. His mother was very staunch in her beliefs, very Christian, and people love the Queen because she never wavered. And the fact that King Charles is starting to move in a different direction and it's upsetting a lot of people, that's a very, very bad move, in my opinion. And I think, I don't know what's going to happen with William. He's not very religious. So it's going to be very interesting, Steph, to see how your country goes, especially with the monarchs.
Yeah.
I think Charles is
Steph, we'll share that video too.
Thank you.
Yeah.
That's a good video. Now, really, now that we've covered all of that, this person asked a very good question. What access do you think H will have to stuff from the Diana archives for his proposed documentary? Will he have access to the Diana archives? What do you guys think?
I don't think he will. Absolutely not.
I think he will, but from the Spencer side.
Oh, from his side, yeah.
No.
Yeah.
But from the Spencer side, yeah. Totally. I mean, it was only a couple of months ago that it was reported that Azza went to Spencer family saying, what do you think about changing our last name to Spencer? So they're still pally to a certain extent, and they allow it.
But the Spencers told him, don't do it.
Yeah, don't do it. But it was for like the optics and the legalities of it was going to be an absolute nightmare. It wasn't going to be simple or easy at all. And so it was just like, it's better just to be left as what you are with your last name, because they're trying to get the passports for the children or something along those lines, blah, 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 blah.
They already have the passports for the children with the HRH, but it just seems like every time they have a problem, they blame the royal family. The passports were taking a long time. There was a long backlog of passports. So, of course, Harry and Meghan put out into the press that the king was interfering with the passports, and the palace came out and said the king's got better things to do than interfere in the passports of your children. There's a backlog. It's just that they want it now, and if they don't get it now, somehow the family is responsible.
You know the best way for them to get it now, Sue?
Huh?
The best way they could have got it, easy, right, is how I did it earlier on this year. You pay, I think it's like, I want to say circa £200, which is about $230, $250. And you go down to Liverpool, you go to the passport office, fill out the form, you give it to them, and then you chill out in Liverpool for about 6-7 hours, go back to office, passport's ready for you.
Wow.
Done, dusted, end
Boy,
of.
that must be nice, because let me just tell you, my husband, before we went to Naples in April, I said to him, I think your passport is getting ready to expire. You've only got like 3 months left. And sometimes they only let you travel within a few months. Remember, he's not American. So we had to make an appointment with the consulate in Charlotte, North Carolina. He went in December. This is what, September? So I think it was like 2 weeks ago. I said, honey, you never got his passport never came. So now he's got no passport.
Yeah.
And so we had to call the passport office in Charlotte, who told us to call the passport office for his country in Atlanta, Georgia. So then we had to call the passport office. You know what they said? Oh, yeah, your passport's sitting here, but we won't. He's like, well, I paid for it to have it mailed. And they said, well, we won't mail it because we need your old passport back first. So he had to drive 3.5 hours each direction to go pick up his passport last week. But now he has a passport, but his passport cost hundreds of dollars.
No.
And even though he's a citizen of that country and he's got the documentation, they make him show it every stinking time. It is a pain.
Pain in the bum.
We
would just have to go to Seattle and
they
do it there.
Do it there.
I hate to change the subject or bring something up again, but
Yes,
I just wanted to talk about the climate, the political climate in the UK. When is Trump coming for the state dinner? Because that might change some
I
attitudes.
thought that was in September. I thought that was this
That
month.
was this month. If it's
It's
this
this
month,
month.
you're gonna see, Princess Catherine there. You're gonna see Prince William. I thought Prince William, when he met with President Trump when the Pope died, I thought that was very diplomatic of him, and I thought it showed that he's going to be very diplomatic, maybe more so than his dad. So it could be, a step in the right direction when Trump comes for the state dinner. I'm hoping for the sake of the UK. I'm hoping for the sake of everybody. I mean, I don't know.
It's going to cause more bedlam.
Yeah, I was going to say it's going to cause more problems.
More bedlam.
Really?
He's coming on the 17th to, I think, like the 19th or something
Well,
like that
okay.
of
Yeah,
September.
I actually think
It's
it's
going to cause
be
a
good thing.
huge problem.
I
Yeah.
think it's going to be a good thing because a lot of people in Europe actually, well, we won't get political, but it'll be interesting to see when he goes there.
The thing is, JD Vance has spoken in defense actually of us and completely trashed two-tier Kia, this, that, and the other. Trump's going to do the same.
Yeah.
He's going to comment on the political climate here in the UK. You can't avoid it. And he's going to have some very, very, very choice words to say about it, which is only just going to fuel, as far as I'm concerned, and I'll call it as it is, the British Revolution even more. To know that the President of the United States is on our side. We already know that the VP is on our side.
Well,
Trump
for freedom
in
of
the
speech.
state visit is going to announce he's going to be on our side, and that's gonna it's going to cause a lot of joy for us, don't get me wrong, but it's also going to cause bedlam as well because the other
Cause
side
riots.
is
Yeah,
left.
you're going to have riots.
Okay.
not going to like that.
Let's move on from politics. I just have one more question for Steph.
Okay.
When do you guys vote again for a new prime minister? How long does this guy have? No, I'm just curious. I'm sorry.
No. I laugh because if you don't laugh, you'd cry. Best believe 4 more years.
Oh, so it's
Oh
a
my
4-year
God.
term. Okay.
No, it's 5.
Okay.
So
let's
he's already
move-
been in office for 1 year. We've
I
got
was just
another 4 more
curious.
years of this.
Oh, yeah.
However, okay, and this is with a caveat. There are 2 ways in which we could actually get an emergency general election sooner. The first one is if Keir Starmer knows that he doesn't have the mandate anymore and he calls for the general election himself. He's not going to do that. What we've got now is not an elected government. We've got a dictatorship now. And that's what I call it. It's a dictatorship at this point. The second way that a general election could be called sooner is actually the king.
Oh, yes, I heard
lot
the
of
king
people
could
were
dissolve parliament.
Dissolve parliament and therefore trigger an emergency general election. And so there's more kind of voices coming out now asking, well, hang on a minute, with the state of the UK at the moment, we've got a chancellor where reports are coming out that the UK is headed for an IMF bailout. We're part of the G7 countries. We're the most advanced, wealthiest countries in the world, and we're heading for an IMF bailout. Excuse me? So we've got that. We've got the other issues as well. The king cannot escape it. He knows what's going on. How can he not? So there's more voices coming out now saying, well, hang on a minute, the king should dissolve parliament and give us a general election. Because when you look at the polls, if a general election was called tomorrow, Starmer and his Labour dictatorship will be absolutely deceased, decimated, gone, done. That's it.
I feel like the king is trying. I feel like the king feels like his reign isn't going to be that long and he doesn't want to rock the boat before he goes.
Yeah.
That's the feeling I get. I could be wrong because I don't see everything going on in the UK, but I literally feel like the king doesn't want to do anything big You know what I mean? He wants to leave something for William, but at the rate he's going, there's not going to be nothing for William or George.
This is the thing. The whole future of our country is literally on the line, including the monarchy.
Yeah.
Because it's about defending our British culture and our British society that we feel is now being taken over by these illegal immigrants and other members of our society that's just not integrating with British culture and British society.
Well, this is the thing. When you go to another country, you agree to stay there, you should integrate into that country. When my relatives came to the United States, they learned English.
Yeah.
They swore an oath of allegiance to the country. This was it. But it sounds like people are going there and then saying, well, we should have this law and this law like they did back where I was. Well, if where you were
They
from
do
was
that
so
everywhere.
damn good, then why did you come here?
So we're not called the Western capital of Sharia courts for nothing.
Oh my
We've
God, I hadn't heard that one.
Yeah, we've got at least 85 Sharia courts operating in this country right now. The government, a couple of years ago, actually tabled a motion to look at banning the Sharia courts. Never happened. Do you know why? They turned around and they said, well, you know what? We don't want to infringe on someone's right to be able to follow their own religious ideology, this, that, and the other. It's all good and well following your own religion. That's absolutely fine. But then when it encroaches on our own British legal system, then you're talking about something else altogether. We have got a parallel Islamic legal system in this country right now.
I
no
heard
good.
about that actually.
It's no good.
But forget about that. Let's worry about Harry's security.
Oh,
Like,
yeah,
who
of
cares
course.
about any of that stuff?
Yeah.
Can I just say one thing and then we'll get off the political stuff. Steph was actually showing me around London when we were there, and we took a wrong turn in the pouring rain.
It's all my fault too.
She was like, we can go right through here. It'll be no problem. And she walked us right into the middle of a huge protest. And I'll never forget. She was in front of me.
Free Palestine protest.
Palestine protest. Here I am, this Jewish girl with my tattoo, which I had covered. She's in front of me. My husband was behind me. He had his chest plastered to my back. And they were like, just go. My husband's like, just go, just follow Steph. Well, it took about an hour to get out of this crowd of people. And I'll never forget Steph. Steph turned to me literally with tears in her eyes. And she goes, I've never been so ashamed of my countrymen before. And I said, Steph, these are not your countrymen, honey. These are the people that came to your country. They're not your countrymen.
Mm-hmm.
And then we went to dinner.
Yeah.
There's nothing.
What did you guys
Yeah.
eat?
Yeah, what did you guys have?
We went to some restaurant. Steph was like, I like to try new stuff. And she ordered some weird ass stuff. And then she was like, do you want to try it? I'm like, nah, I'm good. I'm good. I don't need to eat that. I was like,
I can't remember what we ordered, to be fair. I thought it was good.
So going back to the whole Harry Meghan thing, can I assume we all agree that there really is no meeting set? And did you guys also happen to notice, just FYI, that they're attacking William a lot in the press?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
William is constantly being attacked. William won't go to that meeting. William is the reason this is happening.
And
William
you know why they're doing it? They're trying to strong arm him because he doesn't want anything to do with Harry. So now his team is attacking and making the whole world know, see, it's William's fault. This is why it's not happening. It's not because of our actions. It's because William refuses. And they're also trying to paint him as a very, they're trying to say he's a bully to his staff. And also he's not religious. And now they're worried about him being king. I mean, they are literally coming for him. And it's like, if you notice, I believe a lot of it comes from Harry's side because he does have Charlotte Griffith in his pocket. She's the new Omid Scobie. Mm-hmm. But I do find it interesting that, is it the Daily Mail? I think they're the ones that are mainly going after William. And it's like, what are you doing?
They said it was Palace Confidential people. They were blaming the people that are usually on Palace Confidential. That's what I read.
Ah.
I just
Only
can't
hear
figure
from
out
revealing and resting Dollface on that one.
Yeah, really. Revealing, resting Dollface. What do you guys think?
About the whole going after William thing?
Yes.
Well, I think they know, like, from a standpoint of the fact that whether it sells newspapers or what's in people's hearts, people love William. So from a PR standpoint, really trying to prey on the emotions of, oh, daddy, oh, my father, don't know how much longer. That's not going to get as far as the whole other Diana son, right? And then the new king coming in, because they're preying on the heartstrings. We know Meghan likes to do that. She writes letters based on that.
That's true.
So you're going to have him go up and say that while they're playing the Diana card and all this other stuff. And it's William's fault and William's the bad guy. Because let's face it, when it comes to all of this, Meghan Markle isn't even the star of her own life, and she knows it. She needs that link to the palace and William. That's it. Even for the rest of her days, William will be king one day, and she's going to need either his support, his legitimizing her, or she's going to paint him as a bad guy, in my opinion, to keep those headlines coming.
Ooh, revealing, what do you think?
I have to tell you, if I read the title and it makes me angry, I don't read the article. So I just don't have the patience for it. And I don't know. I know I sound level-headed, but I get hot pretty fast. but I do remember there was another article headline that just came out about how Harry wants to reconcile with William by 2027 for the 30th anniversary. And then there was another headline about, oh my goodness, I forgot what I was going to say.
There was another headline. Well, they're calling the Daily Mail the Daily Fail now.
Sussex has been calling that forever.
About the last phone call, how the last phone call was that William was starting to overshadow Harry.
Yes.
I didn't read the article, but they are definitely going harder at William. I mean, I feel like the last couple of days, or at least ever since With Love Meghan came out, there's nothing that I find appealing to talk about in my videos about Meghan.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like nothing has really been reported. It's just been the same thing over and over again, but there's a lot of information that's negative towards William and Catherine.
I saw that article.
Speaking of that, revealing, okay, I got to ask, because you just brought it up, and if it's okay, am I the only one who was really hoping that Meghan would have had some sort of talent besides coming up with new serial names with everybody else doing the work? Like, I really thought, I mean, let's face it, we knew she was never going to be like the creme de la creme, or this is how I helped influence the state dinner, right? I think the way she behaved in the kitchen, especially with the chicken, shows why they didn't have her at one. But I was hoping she would have had something more than just look at me rage chop vegetables and look at all. Is anybody else disappointed that she failed harder?
Can I just say, I feel like she said she was out of the prove it stage, right? I'm out of the prove it stage. But so far, you guys know that the last time I watched her show, it literally affected my mental health. I became severely depressed. So this time I'm only watching one a day. And tomorrow was number 7. And what I've seen is she's trying to prove that she has friends. She's trying to prove she knows what she's doing in the kitchen.
All she's proven is that she targeted Harry, and she's showing everybody every episode. This is how I target people. I find everything about them. I make a whole episode about them. And that's why mommy can't be home to cook. I have to plate other people's work. That's what the show is.
The thing that really got me was when she was making the soap with that. And by the way, every single person, she had Chrissy Teigen, who's a proven bully. She had that British guy, the guy that was on the show.
Tan France.
Who got one of his coworkers fired because he didn't like him.
Yeah.
You have this Jay Shetty guy who's been proven to be an absolute fraud and was selling master's degrees that nobody recognized. But he was taking a lot of money from people. So she's got a lot of crappy people on. And I just feel like one bully would know another. But anyway, when they were making the soap, Jay Shetty goes, well, how often do you do this? What do you think? And she said, I don't know. I've never done this before. And when she said that, I went, so they're finding arts and crafts for her to do. Yeah, and they're telling her before she films how to do them to make it look like she knows what she's doing.
It was like watching an after-school art camp.
Exactly.
Well, I'm very proud to have not watched the after-school art camp season 1. No, I'm not sacrificing any more of my brain cells for season 1 part 2. Not a freaking chance.
I mean,
don't do it.
in today's episode, she's teaching people how to pack a suitcase. And I was like, is this a joke? And but here's the thing, it's the editing, because the outfit she was wearing was the outfit from like episode 2 or 3. And it was filmed the same. So it was bad editing. You see an outfit from a much earlier episode being shown in this episode. And then at the end, they put this thing up about, and this episode is dedicated to the firefighters from the fires. And I thought, oh, all that footage they took when they were called disaster tourists.
Yeah.
They didn't use it.
That's what I think happened, because it was like a 36-minute episode. We discussed it when we went on Dan's show, because we had to binge it all in like 6 hours. It
was
guys. Were you sick afterwards?
Oh
no,
God.
but I mean,
wow.
I know Dan Wooten's like, just watch all of them, and we're like, okay, we'll wake up at.
He's so sweet.
1 a.m.
He doesn't realize we're on the west coast of America.
Yeah, he does.
No, he always apologizes, but we had to wake up at midnight and watch it all, and then go on at 7. And I just remember going, why is this? I was happy the episode was shorter. I was thankful of that, but it was like
that
30
episode
minutes.
was supposed to be dedicated to the LA wildfires.
They were going to have all that footage, and
instead it was all about her and her friend Heather. She had to prove to everybody that she knew Heather, and she had this
Heather
one
didn't
friend.
say one damn word. Did you
Oh,
know
no.
that?
They cut it all out.
It's either she wasn't good on camera, or Meghan just kept talking over her. I barely heard Heather talk.
What did you think? What did you think about her doing pottery with her rings on? She had that pinky ring on. Everything was caked in clay up to here.
Look at Steph.
I've seen pictures of that. Now, I've got a couple of theories. Okay, the first one is the LA wildfires, the footage of that. I'm actually quite shocked that she hasn't used it in season 1, part 2. However, they have announced that she is doing a Christmas special.
Right.
I think she's going to use it then to try and pull heartstrings and show that she's this, that, and the other potentially. The second theory that I've got is going back a few moments ago when we were talking about how the mainstream media somehow all of a sudden is turning against Prince William, which I definitely believe is coming from Team Sussex. This is an extremely calculated move. What I mean by that is this. It's designed to overshadow all the negative press for Meghan. With love, Meghan, season 1, part 2. Designed to overshadow all of that. Designed to try and overshadow all the bad reviews, this, that, and the other. Because all this negative attention towards Prince William, I don't think it's a coincidence that it's happening at the same time that With Love, Meghan is coming out for season 1, part 2.
You might be onto something. Yeah, that sounds like something the Royal Grift's been telling us all about. You know,
that's why she released the kids' pictures.
That's because the show tanked.
To navigate away from the show and the fact that it sucks.
She merged the soccer camp too, the football camp.
Yes, I've got you in my video tomorrow. I noticed that.
Yeah,
that was done
Dan brought it up in his video today. Yeah, she was.
That was done intentionally.
Of course it was. It didn't make any sense to me because. Has anyone ever lived in Southern California on the panel?
I mean, revealing.
No, I'm just saying Southern California.
Revealing lives in. Yeah.
You like people weren't understanding me last night on Twitter when I was like, there is absolutely no way if you lived in Santa Barbara, you would fight the 101 even once a week. Let's say the camp's once a week. There's no way, because the second you get to the valley where the Studio City is, that then you hit the 405. Remember that 405 gridlock?
It's a nightmare.
It's like an SNL episode.
I'm telling you, it really is like the Californians. Like anyone from Southern California will tell you that.
I actually read
posted that on Instagram back in the day. I'm going to send it to you. I've got it. She had a card, and it was something like, I would take the 90 to the 405.
That's what it is.
That on Instagram back in the day.
To the 101. I'm telling you, you base your whole life around times and days.
It's
Like
hard.
it's hard when you live in Southern California. This is no joke. Ask anyone. And that's what was blowing my mind. And then
We lived in Sherman Oaks
Yeah.
for 13
yeah,
years.
we lived right
We
next
had
to
to take the
Studio City.
canyon over to West
Laurel
Hollywood.
Canyon, where the camp is. So once she gets off the 101, she's on Ventura Boulevard.
This is
Then they have to go. They have to pass Coldwater Canyon.
this
They
is
have
so
to pass.
stupid.
I'm telling you guys, this could be our video today. It is so insane, and anyone from Southern California will understand my frustration. But then an hour later, the soccer camp, the football camp, put it up on their website. Archie's picture. So it was merching the whole time. I knew the kid wasn't going to studio. I'm like, there's no freaking way you would fight that traffic. No
Well,
This was
according to
Unless-
insiders, Netflix is really upset that. Sorry, revealing. Netflix is really upset that they put the kids on Instagram and they didn't really have them on the show.
Do you think she'll do a reveal of the kids in the Christmas special?
For the
I
right
think so.
price.
I think so. Sorry, guys, I didn't mean to butt in.
Yes. I think this was what I was going to say about the Christmas show. She's like, oh, family and deck the halls. She'll have Doria and the kids because that's the only family she recognizes. And do I think she's finally going to get around to showing the kids' faces? Yes, because she thinks that it'll bring in the clicks. It was the exact same thing when they did their first Spotify Christmas special. And it was basically a lot of very wealthy people taping from their home, talking about how we're all in it together. Like, we are not all in it together while you hang out in your mansion. And my ass was going back and forth to the ER taking care of COVID patients. Like, we are not all in it together. But they had Archie and they're going, Merry Christmas. And she thought that would bring in the clicks. And instead they got beaten by whale sounds for sleep.
Yes.
The whales are still beating them. Ha!
I heard Peppa Pig or
There is
something.
justice in the world. Yes.
Yeah, I heard Peppa Pig beat them on Netflix. Something called Peppa Pig. I don't even know what the hell that is.
Everyone's watching
beat 'em.
Ratchet.
Even Suits beat her.
Really?
Yeah.
all the
Suits on
episodes
Netflix
is
as well.
great.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
amazing.
I don't think they're going to show the faces. I think they're going to do like strategic. Here's Archie with the back of his head decorating the tree, and here comes Auntie
Right.
Serena Williams with a gift.
No,
It's going to be her little celebrity friends because
And
they don't have any
apparently-
family. They don't have any
I'm
family.
sorry. Apparently it's Doria's birthday. And so Meghan just put this up.
Oh, God.
Oh, the same 2014 weird photo
nothing
stuff.
new. Nothing new. Nothing new.
Mwah, mwah.
Revealing. What were you saying about that? About the
I
were
was
you
saying a
about the
couple of
Christmas special?
things.
Yeah.
The first thing was I went to school in Santa Barbara and I had family in LA. So I made that drive all the time. It is a nightmare. It's a solid. We would leave like Friday,
Yep.
let's say 2, 3 p.m., 6, 7 p.m. if we're lucky. And then I was going to say, you know, it does make sense if there is an apartment or a home in Studio City, allegedly, like you and Steph say, it makes
need
it
that
more
sweatshirt.
realistic, right? And then, and I can't remember the third thing I was going to say.
I'm glad you can back us up on that, though. I'm glad
So the
we have
traffic
someone
there
else
is-
that understands how that traffic works, man. It's
So the traffic there is pretty bad.
Yeah. Hey,
Gridlock.
revealing. Remember Thomas guides?
Remember Thomas guy?
And we all had him in
Yeah.
our trunk.
And like, okay,
and then we try to find different
Yeah,
maneuvers.
you'd look like you'd be on the 405 and you'd be stuck in Santa Monica, and you'd be like, okay, can we get off over here at the Getty
and then
Center?
hit cold
And
water.
then maybe we can just go down Coldwater.
It's
Show me another
crazy.
route. I mean, guys, you have no idea.
It's
You
a
have no
nightmare.
idea. It's a freaking nightmare. It's a
Like you
nightmare.
turn
Get
down
off-
invitations because someone lives somewhere.
Oh
Yes.
yeah. Oh no, you don't go anywhere. Oh no.
Like, I
oh,
love
no.
you, but I can't bear the traffic. I'm sorry.
Right.
I
You say you
can't.
want me to go to that party when in Hermosa? No, I
No,
can't
no,
go
no.
because it's already 2:00.
Are you crazy?
Austin, Texas has turned into Los Angeles, girls. Austin, Texas is like that now. People, seriously, it's turned into like a mini Los Angeles. Austin is.
Oh, I believe it.
But Megan thinks we're all stupid.
Yeah,
so it
we're
doesn't
dumb.
matter.
We
We're all
don't
dumb.
know.
We no one else lives in LA.
It's all Meghan. Yeah, she's the only one.
And it's why she's so special. Like, she's made this big deal for the longest time. I'm from California. Like, she's the only person ever. It did. Girl, you were from California and they shipped you to Canada and some obscure country in Europe to let you act because you were not that talented. What other hints do you need?
But in today's video where she was going to Malibu, there was no traffic. She was just scooching along the back roads with no traffic in her Range Rover.
Oh, that was pathetic. I watched that and I was like, good Lord, I can't believe she's pretending to drive to Malibu.
This was very interesting. Stephen Magnus put this up. Very interesting. Meghan could show her kids because the Christmas special is going to rival Catherine's Christmas Carol event.
Can I just give you our theory on the Christmas special? Just to say, I don't think Netflix is going to put any of their 80-person crew on this. I don't think it's going to be a rented house. I think what you're going to see for this Christmas special is a lot of home movie type iPhone stuff and editing like that. I don't think we're going to see the kind of quality we saw in we have to still remember that Netflix is holding them on for a reason, by a thread. They're going to keep her happy, but they're not going to. But she has to keep them happy. But they're not going to put too much money into it anymore.
Yeah. I was going to say, I don't think they're putting any money in because you know her advertisement is taking these stupid pictures and putting them up on As Ever.
No, I asked
where is the money from Netflix? I mean, they partnered with her.
There's no money coming in. There's no money coming in.
Right, but they partnered with her to help. You know, they gave her their people to put the tea out, to package it, to white label it. They hooked her up with everybody, but they're not helping to advertise anything.
No, exactly.
Their statement that they weren't. They said in their statement.
That makes sense because I reported it today. There's reports coming out that Netflix actually has pretty much cancelled With Love Meghan now because of the poor ratings of, as they call it, season 2, which is even worse than season 1. And that all they'll do with Love Meghan is perhaps one-off shows every now and then, but as a series,
keep her happy. Yeah, keep her happy. They want the divorce.
Is that with the holiday special? Remember, she is launching supposedly some more products in 2026. And Netflix is her investor. They have invested money in her product. However, she is creatively in control. But I do find it suspicious, as you ladies have mentioned, they're doing a crappy job of promoting her show. No. When I went to go watch her show on Netflix, it wasn't even on the homepage. Like, here's something new. I had to search for it.
Same.
They're also doing a for it. And then everyone accusing us of hate watching. I'm like, they wish we were hate watching. Because it did not help them at all. So I think the Christmas special, there's going to be some mentions of the upcoming products. That's what I believe, and maybe the back of Archie's head. But I do believe you girls are correct that they're going to be throwing in a lot of stupid, oh, here's Harry walking on the beach with the kids. Like, they're going to put a whole bunch of crap that nobody wants to see.
Blurry.
Like they're living a family life. I think you guys are spot on. And I thought there might be a season 3 only because Netflix needs to promote the product. But because this show did so bad, and I have to be honest with y'all, I didn't think it was even going to be this bad. I thought for sure her fans were going to come out. The hate watchers were going to come out. They were going to show us up, you know, Meghan the Queen. And I'm like, not even the hate watchers are watching.
It wasn't even bad. I thought they had so much time to edit. They were really going to do something with the editing to make it more palatable. And it's no better now than it was the first time around. It's the same thing. It opens up. Pictures of the rental house. Here's Meghan in the kitchen. So-and-so's coming. I'm going to make them something special. She cooks something generic. And by the way, in today's video, I actually saw her looking at the recipe. She's opening up the sugar, looking at the recipe to see how much she needs. And guess what she was making? Thumbprint cookies. And these are cookies that she sells, and she's looking at the recipe. I was like, oh my God. So that's in the video tomorrow.
Yes, you guys
good.
The problem isn't the production. The production is beautiful. The problem is Meghan.
Thank you.
Yeah.
These were the
anybody else, and it would be a great show. Meghan, when I watched 3 episodes the night it came out. I had a migraine. I kid you not, for 4 days. I could not tolerate any Meghan, and I think the reason people don't like it, at least from what I think, it's because she makes it look like work. She makes it look like effort. So
Yeah.
it's like watching somebody work. I don't want to go and see an accountant type it. Like it's not exciting because the person is working. They're not really enjoying what they're doing. And I think that's why it's just so exhausting because
Good point.
yeah, it's so inauthentic, and she doesn't even want to be there.
She said it though. Like she says in every episode, she goes, "I don't like baking, but this is a labor of love, and I'm doing it for you." So like she sounds like one of those evil mothers going, "The things I do for you," and then she makes her entire lifestyle thing about bacon. Bake my cookies, sprinkle it on my baking stuff, bake my crepes. So everything with her is I'm doing things that I hate for you.
Did you
love me,
guys? What did you think when she had on that hat? I thought, oh my God, she's so fake. She had on the hat and she's looking up at the camera. I'm going to juice. She's such a good friend. I just love her.
Yeah.
And she loves it. And I'm thinking, stop acting. Stop. She's so inauthentic. I was just like, oh my God.
That's where the migraine comes from. I mean,
Yeah.
and it's a real thing. It's a physical, visceral reaction to this woman that we all had. And we all did. We're not making it up. Nancy was stressed out. Everyone was stressed out.
So,
and also, just because someone's on your payroll doesn't mean they're your friend.
Yeah.
So
thank you.
A couple of things then from my side in terms of what I've been hearing. In terms of what we're discussing at the moment, to me, the reason why Meghan can never win, whatever she does, and it's always destined to fail, is because she's got a likability, relatability, and trustability problem. People don't like and can relate and trust her, then people are not going to like, relate, and trust what she's trying to sell to us in the first place or what she's trying to push out. That's the first thing.
Exactly.
Second thing is going back to what Michelle said earlier on, saying that Netflix isn't actually really doing a good job promoting her series in the first place. They're supposed to be partners with her on her as ever. And what the hell are they doing? They're doing nothing, right?
No billboards, nothing.
Yeah. Check this out. Netflix has a restaurant in Las Vegas. And when you look at their menu on their website, it is full of references to their best known series, right? So you've got the likes of Squid Game, Bridgerton, all that lot, right? There is not one reference at all to With Love Meghan. There's not anything to do. They're not selling her wine. They're not selling her flower sprinkles at this restaurant. They're not selling her spreads. Nothing.
And
because they're there to make money and to have repeat customers. So obviously there was something wrong in the taste test kitchen. That
people like us wouldn't go. If I looked at the menu and I wanted to go there to go experience Squid Game or something over there, and I saw that they were promoting As Ever products, I wouldn't go. I wouldn't go. Now I'm going to go.
Can I just say that I got an email from one of my subscribers that she lives close to the mall, that new mall they're building with the big Netflix experience. I'm not exactly
the Netflix house
in Las Vegas. I could
it's
be
in
wrong.
Dallas. It's in Dallas.
Yeah. Some big mall they're building. She's like, I live 20 minutes from there. And the second that thing is done and they open, she said, I'll go get you pictures. I was like, yes,
I'm going to go. I'm going to go to the one in Dallas because I was going to ask you ladies if you think next year they're going to put her, her sugar. I mean, how hard is it to get boxed sugar cookies in the store for Netflix and the gerbil food? I mean, seriously, those are shelf items. So I'm really curious to see if they're going to stock her items like they do with the Squid Game, right? The merch for next year. So I think they're going to put it in the Netflix house. Like they said, Galleria. There's one in Dallas and there's another one. But if they do, I will go there, guys, and I will check it out. I want to
check it out because I mean, Netflix knows that Stephanie and I will spend money for that Squid Game gear because they've taken our money. But what I'm saying is, if they want to alienate the people that will actually spend money, it's not Sussex Squad spending the money. We're spending the money. I'm sure a lot of people spend money on Squid Game, Bridgerton, whatever. Stranger Things, whatever. We will not spend the money anymore. I will boycott. I didn't go to Gypsy. I had tickets to go see Gypsy on Sunday. And 3 days before that, Meghan went backstage and hugged Audra McDonald. And I was in Brooklyn that weekend, and I told my boyfriend I'm not going, and we got rid of the tickets. We like gave
And
the tickets to a
now
friend.
Gypsy closed early.
And it closed early. I'm telling you,
Markle.
this woman
Markle.
has a way of alienating
Yep.
people and people that can spend money. And I refuse to go into that theater.
I
didn't
want
wanna-
nothing to
I
do
want
with her.
nothing
She's
to
like
do
a
with her.
curse.
Yeah.
Who here would buy the book if Jessica Mulroney wrote a tell-all?
Me, I would, yeah.
Well, yes.
I
I know it.
I would have
Take
invited
the
her on
money.
my show. I would have invited her on my show and interview her.
Take the money. Take
I'd
the
open
money.
OnlyFans for that, y'all.
Let
I
it
would.
rain. Let it rain.
Let it rain. Jessica Mulroney. Let it rain. Yes. Now,
Oh,
this is the thing, actually. Jessica Mulroney, about 2 years ago, actually spoke to my big brother, Andy Pignor. And back then, she was very cautious, very careful in terms of what she was saying about Megxie because she got stung very, very badly.
Yeah.
But it does seem that in terms of what's going on now, the reports coming out, she's getting a little bit more comfortable with maybe speaking out more, this, that, and the other, especially now that the divorce with her husband is going through. Because one of the other considerations that she had to look at was she was going to speak out against Megxie, how that would affect the Mulroney family, which is a big political dynasty in Canada as well.
Well, she
that was
did
one of the other reasons
say,
why she largely stayed quiet, but now this divorce is going through. She's
but
very
she did say that Meghan's wedding was the turning point for the start of the downfall of her brand, her marriage. Like her allegiance with Meghan Markle was like the thing that she's saying has killed her life.
Oh yeah.
So
I mean,
it
but
was.
looking at it, I mean, Meghan definitely benefited. And if you go back through the archives, there was some Toronto like lifestyle affluent columnist who right before the wedding said, oh no, she definitely benefited from being with Corey Vitiello. His family's very affluent, they've got the connections, he's got the connections. She wanted their relationship to be private. Do you really think she'd be with the prince right now had it not been for Corey? So I think the same for Jessica. Like, she got with Corey, then she became BFFs with Jessica, this whole little thing. So Jessica, if you're out there, if you're paying attention, honey, even if you just write one line in the book going, I've learned to be careful of who to call as friends. Girl, you got our money.
We'll
Write
buy
it.
it. We'll
That
buy
could be the
it.
only one thing. The only thing you mention about it, we will buy it.
I
Well,
think
Jessica
Meghan made her
knows where the
sign an
bodies are
NDA,
buried.
though. I think Meghan made her sign an NDA because her and her husband traveled with them
It doesn't matter.
to Australia
It
and
doesn't
Fiji
matter.
when Meghan was looking.
No.
One
Could you
day she
imagine
looked,
asking-
one day she looked 2 months pregnant. The other day she looked 6 months
But
pregnant.
could you imagine asking your friend of 15 years, listen,
She didn't
we're
have
really good friends and you're on my tour, but I need you to sign an NDA.
Oh, no. She probably went, I would never ask you to do this. It's the palace.
It's the
weird
palace.
rules."
Yeah, no, she signed an NDA on that trip. There's no
You
way.
think?
But she's had other friends. She could easily go in court and just be like, oh, yeah, I'm just saying life in general. I mean, I'm going through a divorce. Would never speak bad about my husband. Friends. Come on, Jess, you can do this.
Do it.
Okay, so does anybody have anything else before we start to wrap this up? Does anybody have anything else that they want to throw out?
Yes.
Any ideas? Sidley's, let's start with you.
I think Rusty Dollface has something to throw out.
Dollface?
I think that the twins are definitely spot on with what the Christmas special is going to be. It's going to be all those weird, very blurry, straight up and down home videos. And it's the same way Meghan always did. If you look back at her old stuff on Instagram, she always had her head like partially like a third in, staring at you. It's very creepy. I think it's going to be that. And then the new product she launches is going to be more about her basically re-gifting and selling things she got because there's no money left. But that's just my opinion.
That's
She's
true.
going to teach
That's
us how to
true.
string popcorn together for the tree.
Oh,
She's
Oh
gonna be
my
like,
God.
that's what she'll do.
Listen,
Watch it.
between the 5 different times she flower arranged, the 3 different times she did the scrapping, as a matter of fact, in today's episode, I was like, wait a minute. So now she's worked at an ice cream shop, a donut shop. She was a calligrapher. She was a bookbinder. What else? What
she
else?
sounds like that
Parents
SNL
and kids
episode of
have a
Barbie.
She makes scrunchies.
She was an au pair to those 2 Catholic
She was a
families that taught her
nanny.
about
Oh, yeah.
relationships.
She was a nanny. Well, in today's episode, she was a hostess. at some restaurant. Like, I was just like, oh my God, another job. Oh my God. Okay. Okay. Revealing. Do you have anything you want to throw out?
I'm just daydreaming about what this Christmas episode would look like. I mean, Harry would have to be in it.
Yeah.
So she's gotta hate that. Like, can you imagine he like puts the ornament in the wrong place?
That is so subjective. That is
Harry.
like I'm reading. Like, what did you just say?
She said,
If you put the ornament, when I say in the wrong
They
place,
put the ornament in the wrong place.
but
Sorry.
that was because Meghan
I went
has a
to
vision.
another part of my brain on that.
Oh.
one.
I can't
Put his
believe
ornament in the wrong place.
like like her show, whether it was the the first season now looks like it was Oscar worthy by comparison, but as many mask slips as she had in there and the really dull like silence and the weird things, that was the best of the footage they had from her. This is scary. What's it like working with her on a daily basis?
well, that's why she can't keep staff.
Yeah.
Because
They've
nobody.
already actually there was even before With Love Meghan season 1 part 1 came out, there was an article in the Express where they quoted a source turning around and saying that they worked with her on set and that it was like, paraphrasing here, but pulling teeth, that the what they got out wasn't worth the work that they put in the first place.
Wow.
So yeah, they've already started speaking out beginning of this year about that anyhow.
Yeah.
Well, there you
Ladies,
go.
I think we need to have a watch party where we all watch the Christmas special with drinks.
Yes.
Yes.
Bingo
Alcohol
cards.
must be involved.
Bingo cards. We need to make bingo cards with the
Oh, for
children
sure.
and
I can get on board with that.
Yeah, bingo cards.
Because it's not going to be 8 episodes, so we'll
It's
be
just
able to do
one.
it. It's
One.
just going to be
Oh,
one.
please
Yeah,
don't. She better not encroach on 8 crazy
No,
nights,
no.
Adam Sandler. No.
Oh my God. Okay,
I'm in.
so let me give you my thought that what I'm noticing, except for these pieces that are coming out talking, and you guys tell me what you think, except for these pieces coming out where they're talking about Harry's going to meet the king. Harry has demands. You don't hear about Harry. You don't see Harry. Everything is Meghan. Meghan's as ever. Meghan's with Love Meghan. Meghan is doing this. Meghan is doing that. Meghan might get a book deal. Meghan this, Meghan. It's like she's where she wants to be, and Harry is been completely edged out.
I mean, even his visit to the UK, Sue, it's all about Meghan.
Exactly.
The third demand is about Meghan. It's all about Meghan. It's all come from Meghan. You know, it's all overshadowed. This
Yeah, but
whole
you guys-
it's originally for the Well Child Awards. Well, that's been completely overshadowed.
You guys see that though, right? I'm not the only one seeing that. He seems to be like he's like nowhere to be found. It's all Meghan, 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 Meghan.
He's
Yeah.
being phased out. He's being phased out.
Yes.
Yeah, he's being phased
The
out.
discard phase. Yeah.
Oh,
Yes.
God, yeah.
He's being slowly phased. Well,
And I'm gonna say,
huh?
I'm gonna say, as soon as those kids are shown, someone needs to take care of Harry, because that is the last piece of power that he has in that relationship, in my opinion. So as soon as that's gone, like, we need eyes on him.
Well, what I read online was he didn't want the kids on there, but Meghan needs them for her brand, and he wants her brand to succeed. Therefore, he's bowing to her and letting her put the kids on.
You guys, she merged a surf school that was easy to Google and find out where it is. She then merged a soccer club. My mom, a soccer club that all I had to do was type in GB soccer and it came up the address. I mean, that is not what Harry thought was going to happen.
No, it's like
When
the
they
same
moved
thing
it.
when she rolled down the window, the bulletproof glass, to see her
Yeah.
adoring fans in the racist UK during the Platinum Jubilee. If she was so scared, why did she do that? She had the security she needed. Because
Exactly.
she's, in my
And
opinion,
also-
lying.
And going to what Revealing said, I understand what you're saying, Revealing, and where you're coming from. But no, screw Harry at that point, because he's made his bed, he can now lie in it.
Yeah,
He's
exactly.
an adult. He knew what he was choosing. He knew what he was doing, regardless of Prince William before he married her. warning him, regardless of the other members of the family warning him this, that, and the other, he still went ahead with it. So anything that happens is on him as well. And when the children do finally get released, I do agree with you. Yeah, that's the final bit of power that he's got over this relationship, done and dusted. That's also, as well, as far as I'm concerned, the time that we're all on divorce watch.
Well, that, and I will say, because revealing, I think this is what you're getting at, and I've seen it firsthand. Harry at this point, in my opinion, and what she's saying, has been so beaten down, and he was already very susceptible to begin with. I can only imagine what it's going to be like for those kids too, because when you're in that situation, you're dealing with a narcissist. They basically are conditioned to the point where it's just better to go along with it than to fight back, because it'll be hell to pay if they speak up. And it's just that beaten down. So we also need to watch the kids, not like from so back off paparazzi and the tabloids. When I say watch the kids, mean like don't click on the stuff.
Yes.
Okay. Take that power away from her.
Exactly. Well, that's why we said we weren't going to post the pictures of the kids yesterday. Yeah, we refused to do that.
82 degrees Fahrenheit and a low of 60.
Did you hear that? Alexa, stop.
I totally agree with what you're saying, Resting Dollface. You said it so eloquently what I was trying to say. And it's also the one thing that I think Harry still has power, an illusion of power over.
Yeah.
And when the kids are shown, I think it's a very dangerous situation.
You just said the magic word, though. It's the illusion
Of power. It is. It's the illusion of power. And that's what narcissists do. You think you have control, but it's an illusion of that, because they will pull the lever when it's time.
Yeah.
What do you guys think about the HRH? Her ratchet. I don't know what that. I got one that says, I got one somebody sent me that means her relentless harassment.
Oh, yeah.
So
Nice.
Oh my God. terrible.
Megan
All right,
should be able to read what that says because she's learning French.
I don't.
Again.
Duolingo.
Oh my God, Duolingo.
So easy.
Yes, I speak fluent Spanish and fluent French, but it all went away. So now I'm relearning.
Yes.
You guys, Megan
I love
speaks
that.
Meganese. It's Meganese. That's right, Meganese.
Lots of salad, a lot of dressing.
That's right.
But I agree. I agree with what Steph said. I think I always thought it was Meghan, but as time has gone on, I've come to realize he's as freaking bad as she is. And the only reason people liked him was because of the palace's PR machine that kept him likable. And without that palace machine, now everybody knows what a jerk he is, and nobody else.
Let's
And
remember.
throw it back with that demand.
Yeah. But let's also remember that Netflix and Meghan are going to try to squeeze this Princess Diana documentary out of Harry.
That's true, too.
That's still happening.
She will be his, you know what? It's going to be, I loved my mother. The royal family made me walk behind that coffin. They were so cruel.
Yeah, they need to get that out of him, though.
Meghan will interject herself as his savior from the mean, horrible royals. I mean, it's just, but it's like,
But
let me give you a good analogy. It's like other people that we might know who are constantly harping on about stuff like years later. It's the same thing. The more they harp, people are just going,
They're sick of it. Just move on.
it's like move on with your lives, people.
Yeah, but they need something to talk about. Like I know what you mean. They just need something to constantly talk about, and it's really annoying. And I'm over it.
It is.
Yeah.
It's like the episode of Sex and the City that girl Samantha could not stand. And remember, and she was having a baby shower, and she's pregnant, and the only claim to fame she still had was getting on top of a table and showing her bosom.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
she was going to do it again, and that's how this sounds. Like I wrote a letter. Okay.
You know, I've said it before, and I'll say it again. If they had come to the United States and they had kept their mouths shut and they didn't complain about the royals and they actually did some philanthropic work and they didn't just run around collecting useless awards that they paid for, they would be the two most popular people on the planet. They would have eclipsed the royal family. Absolutely. They would have eclipsed.
That's a lot of ifs, Sue.
Yeah.
They really would have. If they had come and shut their mouths and not
They hadn't
complained
done Oprah.
and not done Oprah.
Yeah.
And not done the Me You Can't See and the cut interview and all these other, threats that Meghan made. I can talk. I have things to say until I decide I don't. I never signed anything that restricts me from talking. That was a different interview. If they had stopped with the threats and didn't do Oprah and didn't pull all this crap, the two of them would be so popular. And then if things didn't go well for them, maybe they could have returned to the royals. But here's the thing, even if they want to go back, what makes you think the UK public's going to take them back?
But here's the thing I'm worried about. And there was an article that came out that now Harry's doing the, hey, we need to reunite William before Mummy's 30th anniversary, which is in 2 years of her death. Now, what I think is going to happen or could happen, and maybe y'all can weigh in on this, is that they're kind of pushing this narrative where Harry's really pushing a reconciliation. He wants to have a reconciliation by 2028, which is in 3 years, and around the time of Princess Diana's 30th anniversary. And if they don't play ball with Harry and Meghan, then they could come out and turn that whole documentary against the royal family, saying you murdered Diana.
Oh, they're going to do that anyway.
Yeah.
Unless he's a reconciliation.
Whatever. He's using the Princess Diana 30th anniversary as an emotional manipulator to try and manipulate Prince William into reconciliation so that Prince William will attend the not going to be existent Birmingham Invictus Games that serendipitously are happening the same year. Come on.
Prince William's not going to fall for it. And then if not, he's going to go cry on TV and say,
correct,
y'all killed Mummy because she was dating a non-white man. Just said in
he was white. He was Egyptian, for the love of God.
I know, but he already said that in an interview. And of course, Meghan will play on that. Yeah.
He was white.
I think my heart is with William. I think he's brilliant. I really do. Incredibly strong, not just because of the guns we all saw during the COVID jab, but because of how even when he did the, that thing where he watched the Diana video and he did open up and he was very, very vulnerable. And he said, and that's all I'm going to say about it. It's the only time for him to keep going on. The one time we saw him slip was after the Oprah interview, and those people were just so rude. The paparazzi saying, what do you think about them being racist? And he turned and goes, we're very much not a racist family.
That's true.
Yeah.
And so that's an incredible amount of strength to keep doing as the Queen all taught us, which was don't complain, don't explain. And he is focusing on his work, and he is going to end homelessness. And that's something that I hope we can emulate here in the U.S.
And he's focusing on his wife.
Mm-hmm.
And he's focusing on his, the family.
Sussex Squad says that Harry is the one who prioritizes his family. No, William has prioritized his family. That is
exactly.
Meghan is Princess Meghan. Come on. It's not called a bull crap. We know this.
Well, guys, I have to say it's I thank you guys for coming. It's almost 11:30 at night in the UK. I don't know how Steph's staying awake right now. I'd be passed out on my keyboard. But I thank you guys so much for coming on, and I love these spirited debates. And I say we make a decision to do like was suggested. I think we should do the watch party for the Christmas special. I think we should all create bingo cards.
Okay.
For alcohol.
Let's try to get together, the seven of us. I'm gone.
There's 7 of us.
Together, like if we can, the 7 of us, like maybe once a week on and rotate channels.
Fabulous. Who's next?
Yeah, I don't know whose turn it is. We'll figure it out.
We'll figure it out.
We will do it. No, I'd love to. I think that's great.
Yeah.
Okay,
I love you gals.
I'm going to end the stream. You guys hang out for just 1 second. Steph, stay awake. Hang out for just a second. And thank everybody in the audience for joining us. We had such a great time.
Thank you, everyone.
Thanks, everybody, for hanging out. And we'll have to do this again.
Bye.
Bye.
Hang on 1 second.